Well, hello everyone. My name is Andrea,
And I'm Laura.
and today we are in beautiful Ortigia in Sicily.
Yes, it's a beautiful place. You can see here we're just about to buy some lunch.
That's actually the very first place we stop at. It's the market, and it's famous fish market, but they really have a little bit of everything. And we have a delicious lunch prepared right really instantly by this gentleman here that you can see in the video. And it's amazing the flavors. I had baked ricotta.
Oh, it was beautiful.
That was
Delicious.
so
Nice
delicious.
and light. It was really good.
And so his wife and the gentleman here, they just said, so where are you going to sit? And they say, well, we don't know. I said, well, come over here. So across the street, there is like an empty room, and he pulled out a couple of chairs and a table, and he
so we
set
got
the
to eat
table
right
for
there.
us. So it was quite an adventure, and the
Yeah.
food, I got to tell you, is so
Oh, it's really good
wonderful.
and not expensive at all. It's pretty cheap and fresh and
Yep, and
It's
that's
really
definitely a place to try, especially for food lovers. But
Mm-hmm.
all right, let's talk about the history. So Ortigia goes back to the 8th century BC, so it's quite an old town, and that's just to understand. Ortigia is an island that's attached to the city of Syracuse
Yes.
by a small bridge. So this is a very famous town, especially for history purposes, right?
right, absolutely.
It was a strategic point, and the first people that settled there were the Corinthians or the Greeks, and they settled in the city of Syracuse in around the 700 BC, and it really became almost as prestigious as Athens. But everyone wanted this city. So after the Corinthians, we have the Carthaginians that came, the Romans, the Arabs, the Normans, the French, the Spanish, everyone.
And you can see here there's some Greek ruins that they have for you to look at. You can't go in there, but you can see it from
Do you know what that is?
I don't remember what that is.
So that is the temple to Apollo, and it was built back in 650 BC. So that's quite dated as well.
Yeah.
And there is still some. I mean, it's amazing. You can still see that those blocks of stone. And apparently we haven't been there. We didn't stay at night, but at night I think that they say it's very it's very beautiful, the
Oh, there we
lighting
go.
and
Yeah.
everything. So what else do you remember about this beautiful town that kind of stuck
I
with
just
you?
had a good feeling about it. You know, it's just a quaint little town. The people seem real nice, and it's just a fun place to walk around.
Yeah, and I think again, as I mentioned, there is so much history. Everyone left a little trace here. Every culture left a little trace, and we only stayed here for one day, so we didn't really get to see as much, but we got a good taste of it. So one of the things that we saw, and we're gonna actually show. Well, actually, we couldn't take a video of it, but it's the bath, the Jewish bath, right?
Yes.
And those were impressive. They go like 18 meters below street level, and they are located in a patrician building. Now it's an hotel.
Yeah, and
But-
it's neat. It's really, they uncovered them, I believe it was in the 80s they were discovered.
Yeah, I think to hide them from the invader.
Yes, they covered
just,
them up so that the
covered them
invaders
up.
would not discover them.
But
So,
those are the
yeah.
best maintained Jewish baths in all Europe.
Yes.
And so there were different baths, and that's all fresh water. And apparently, that's, I didn't know, but the history is that the Jewish bath in these different, what do you call them? Caves with water to clears their sins.
Yes, yeah, they didn't spend that much time in them, but it wasn't for bathing. It was for a ritual. So.
Yeah. Now, you guys want to know that Laura spent a couple of hours in the bath there. God knows what kind of sins she had to clear there. I don't want to know. You didn't want to come
Oh,
out.
he jokes.
But yeah, the streets are really. I mean, I love the Ortigia because it's not yet hit by the mass tourism.
I mean, there was some, but not
There were definitely
nearly as
some,
some other
but
places.
it wasn't as bad as other locations.
Absolutely.
And so you still get the charm and the flavors of this Sicily. And we needed. I needed to have a gelato here. I
Oh,
think.
yes, we'll show that in a little bit. But
Pistachio
first, we have to
is
look at this
so
beautiful
good.
fountain here. It's just the architecture and the sculptures in Italy are just beautiful. And there's Andrea.
Yeah.
He's walking,
And
pointing.
I am actually I love mythology, and there is a history about this island. It's said that it was ruled by the sea goddess Calypso, who held Ulysses captive for 7 years. So that makes it even more fun, I
Oh,
think, because
absolutely.
I read the Odyssey and the Calypsos and everything, and now linking that to this beautiful island
Oh,
is
it's
even
great.
more interesting.
Okay, here's these little towns. It's so fun to walk these streets.
Yeah, there
The
are
shops
still a
are really
little
cute.
a little souvenir
Yeah,
shop,
there's some.
but here's somebody eating gelato again. I just now hungry makes me hungry. Did you know that there was an earthquake in this island?
I'm sure there was.
It was in the 1600 actually. It was pretty severe apparently, but throughout Sicily they have had earthquakes. I didn't know that either.
Oh, and there's the flags down below you saw in the pot there. That's the symbol for Sicily is the 3 legs, and there's a face in the middle of it. And I think it looks a little strange, but that's the Sicily symbol.
Yeah, I like it. I kind of like it. It's. We didn't even buy anything with that symbol, did we?
No, I did one. I got a souvenir for my dad.
As you can tell here, they're actually making
The shoes, yeah.
handmade shoes.
Yeah, he's right there making the shoes. You can purchase shoes that fresh off of
No kidding,
block
they make it
there.
right around your foot, probably.
probably. Oh, there is Andrea and
Oh,
his gelato
that
with the big
is
cookie
so
on it.
good. See the big smile? How often do you see me with a big smile?
I know.
Now,
What kind
there
was
is a-
that?
Oh, I always have
Pistachio?
pistachio. Pistachio in Sicily is really, really good. We are approaching a cathedral here, and there is a beautiful square where in this square, it's not this one here. We're gonna come up
We're
to
gonna
it,
come
I
up to
think.
it.
And they actually filmed a lot of movies, including one with oh my gosh, what's the Italian actress? Monica Bellucci. And it's funny because I watched the movie, many years ago, and I liked it. It was really good. I can't remember the name, but that square, when I saw it for the first time,
There it is.
here it is.
There's the church.
I
in
said,
front.
I've seen this somewhere, and it's fantastic. This
Oh,
is
everything's so beautiful. Excuse my fingers in that shot there, but yeah, the church there's beautiful.
yeah,
the
this square. Look at this square, but you have to be there to really feel it, and it's fantastic. So Google it, movie with Monica Bellucci in Sicily, and I'm sure it was a good movie. And we are approaching here the Hypogeum, right?
the underground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's called. This is Piazza del Duomo, actually, so that's what we saw. Now, here, this was a refuge.
Yes.
World
where
War
they
II
took shelter
refuge.
from the bombs during World War II.
Yep.
So you can imagine how scary it was to have bombs going off overhead, and you had to come down and huddle underground in this dark, damp place.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was quite long, actually. And we didn't, again, we were pressing for time, but there were movies about it and so much history. I also got lost because we didn't get a guide, right?
We weren't there at the right time.
Yeah, apparently you have to come actually on the weekdays for that, I think. But anyway, so I got into a place I was not supposed to go, all dark, and
So
I
he was being
backed
bad.
out
Yes.
of it right away. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's where they were staying.
Yeah,
And
there's
those
some pictures
pictures are
there.
amazing. See, this is down there.
Yeah, and we had been to some in Naples that were really interesting. We had a guide for that one, and they have a lot of artifacts still from the people who stayed there as a bomb shelter. I can't remember the name of it.
And Naples Underground is called. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, that was fascinating too.
Yeah.
But here you enter from Piazza del Duomo, but the exit is actually by the seashore.
Yes.
So it was quite a journey to you get all the way out from a different side, and when you get out, it's so beautiful. You actually see the ocean, and but I can imagine sitting down here while they were bombing. So
Oh, I know.
yeah,
It's
so bad.
Yeah, it's bad, but hopefully they survived.
Yeah. And I read somewhere that they actually signed a peace agreement not too far away from Ortigia.
Huh.
Yeah, we'll have to research that as well. Two important figures lived in this town, Plato and Archimedes.
Archimedes? Okay.
Yeah,
Archimedes?
Archimedes. So both very, I love Plato, I love philosophy, and less math, but for Archimedes. But I can't believe they were there. And this we're looking at a dome here underground. Now this apparently it's there is a lot of limestone, so it was easy to dig. So even Greeks, this probably, I think I read that it was a cave originally that was dug by the Greeks, and so then it was further
So they dug it out
adapted,
more.
right? But a lot of these things, and there are spring waters under, and and
good.
so it
So
makes
they
it
can have
quite
fresh water.
right. And so it's yeah, the land, this limestone apparently makes it easy to dig. So under Ortigia there is really a network of tunnels that go all the way.
I'm sure.
So that's
So
interesting.
we're heading toward the exit now. Out there you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And we're coming up, and there'll be the ocean out here. So once your eyes adjust, there's the beautiful ocean for you.
Yes.
And that is all for Ortigia.
A must-see place. I
Yes.
wouldn't mind going back for, staying a little longer. But in
Absolutely.
the meantime, we hope you enjoyed it. And until next time.
Namaste.